Alright, my name is Aaron Fletcher, and I have been living in this teeny covered wagon for the last 6 months now. My dairy ram over there, he pulls it. I just lift up the yoke and set it down over him and buckle up his chest strap, and he's trained. He's been packing my pack boxes and all my possessions for the last 2 years, so he's almost 3 years old now. And this is our brake. It's just a lever that squishes down over the wheel, and this is where I tether my 2 dairy ewes to. I tether them on one split, and this is my front window open, and this is closed. This is some food, all condiments basically, water, and this is my front door. My chimney. The chimney is held in by these rods, 2 rods on either side that I jammed into the corrugation and wired it to it, and it's really sturdy. And this is went with a curtain door instead of a solid door, so that I could sit on the inside and stay warm and out of the wind, and just be able to look out and watch my sheep. So I went with curtains. This is the inside. I got soap and alcohol, aloe vera blend, colloidal silver. This is what I used. I hold that in my hand and hold it out and wave it only when cars are coming up behind us when we're walking at night, so that I don't have to waste the battery. This is miscellaneous strings, miscellaneous little stuff like carabiners, and my quart pot, cooking pot, my sheep's whey that I reduced down to a stock, a solid stock. It's awesome. It's really flavorful and it keeps forever. I got coconut oil here for oil pulling. Oil pulling is an oral practice you might want to check out. I got my manual grain grinder here. Manual grain grinder that I use to grind just smaller amounts of herbs. It's so small that the wheel doesn't absorb half of your herbs when you're just trying to do the herbs for your dinner for one meal. I got condiments all along here, some more herbs, some wild parsley there, and this stuff's awesome. It's bacon onion jam that this local farmer makes, and this reduced balsamic vinegar that my friend makes, shibumi sauce. Here's my rennet, and this next shelf down here is my utility shelf, like my sheep shears, my skinning knife, and my machete behind that, and I use the machete to split my wood with. Got my anchor battery right there. Next over is my journal and my paper and pad writing stuff, and some self-defense stuff below that I can easily access and reach in the window and grab. Above that I have my bag of electronic wires, some duct tape, and some other miscellaneous stuff. Up here I have all of my culinary accessories, tools. And then up here I have all my sewing stuff, and I use floss a lot for sewing. And over here I got oral care stuff, and then over here I got first aid stuff. And this is how I raise my bed, and the bottom of it is covered in this sheet metal that does a perfect job of dissipating the heat of this fire. Even when it's roaring, I can lower it and go to bed, and it warms up the whole bottom, but it doesn't pose a fire threat. It's awesome. I got my stock pot here. I guess still have some ricotta left from the last cheese. Keeps for a week. And we got This is the rocket stove that I use to make quick meals if I don't want to like make a big fire to cook on. This is less efficient to cook on. This is not as high a heat cooking on top as this. I got my cheese making stock pot with my cheese mold, and this is my cheese cave right here. This is my cheese cave, and I just got six cheese wheels in here right now. I'm working on my 7th for this lactation. This lactation was I totally botched it. I didn't give her any time off, and so it was only producing it's only producing a quarter gallon a day. Usually she is producing 1.5 gallons a day. And then that peters out over 6 months, and then she's making a quarter gallon a day for the rest of the year. But so I'm working on getting the 8th one, and then I'm gonna dry her up because she's due at the end of March. So I'll give her a good 2 months off, month and a half off. Should be at least a minimum of 45 days. That you give them off in between lactation if you want their next lactation to be of any significance. I just lift this up and pee in here, and that's legal, and I feel comfortable doing that on the ground. If I need to poop, I just grab a bag and roll the edges down and put it in the corner and do it and throw it away. I got my felted wool socks, and I got like 3 hats here that I made just for people, for friends, but they haven't picked them up yet. And I got some more felted wool. I use this for a pillow. I have my Kefir Co. Kefir cream cheese maker back there. I got my manual cream separator here, my water, my kefir right here. Got my kefir grains, making kefir to make the kefir cheese. Got my milk that I'm starting to save up again, saving up 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons sheep milk per cheese wheel. And this is my manual grain grinder. And these sides, that's the great part about this is the whole design, is that these sides fold up. They open up both sides. The other side actually opens up at a lower angle, and then has a drop down tent for my sheep, because this door is angled upwards. It's not as wind resistant, so the other side is angled downwards and has the drop down tent. So this is my my teeny home, and yeah, hope you guys think it's acceptable option to consider something this small, because you can fit in so much. Good sheep.